Sean Zeller is the deputy editor of Congressional Quarterly. It's a magazine on U.S. policy and politics. He joins us live from Washington, D.C. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. It looks on the face of it as though Hillary Clinton is pretty much a shoo-in in New York. Why is New York so important in this campaign?
Well, it has a lot of delegates at stake. It's a big state. And for the Democrats, about 10% of the total delegates you need to win the nomination are at stake in New York. For the Republicans, it's about 8%. But for the Republicans, it's easier to win a lot of delegates by the way they award them. A lot are awarded to the statewide winner, and the rest to the winners of each of the congressional districts.
How do you think Donald Trump is going to fare in New York? He obviously has built his business mainly centered on the city. How's he going to go down with the voters there, do you think?
It seems he's going to do pretty well. The polls show him winning by about 30 percentage points. And the second place seems to be John Kasich, the Ohio governor, who nationwide is trailing. He's far behind. He's only won his home state of Ohio. So Ted Cruz, the Texas senator, is Trump's principal competition. But he's trailing in New York in third place right now. So it looks very good for Donald Trump to get his momentum back.
So even though that Ted Cruz swept through Wyoming, that a win in New York would actually basically block him, as far as Trump is concerned. Is that fair?
Well, Wyoming is not New York, of course. Wyoming's a small state, and Cruz has done well in small states and states where they have caucuses as opposed to primaries where the voters are required to show up and spend more time. But Cruz has indeed, he's done well in Wyoming. He won Wisconsin. He picked up the delegates in Colorado, which has an unusual system for awarding delegates. So the momentum has moved to Cruz recently, but Trump can get it back in a big way in his home state of New York, and it looks like that will be the case.
Ted Cruz has been mounting attacks on what he has referred to as New York values. How's that likely to play out in the primary?
I think it's not going to play very well. Cruz has tried to explain it away by saying he was referring to Democratic politicians in New York, but it's been interpreted more broadly as a commentary on New Yorkers as opposed to the evangelical Christians in the South who have favored Cruz. So I think that's one big reason why Cruz is trailing so badly in New York.
Sean Zeller is deputy editor of Congressional Quarterly magazine. Sean, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thanks for having me.